What an amazing week we had! But we are headed towards some strong resistance levels in both S&P 500 and Nasdaq. Are bulls going to push it higher? Or are we nearing a zone to expect some sort of a pullback? How's it going everyone, Mario here. In this video we will go over the analysis of S&P 500 and Nasdaq. But before that, we need to talk about the 0% inflation lunacy on CPI report. Let's look deeper and talk about fundamentals for a while before jumping on to technicals. Headline number in CPI came out way less hotter than expected. But does it tell what we need to know? The index on energy went lower, but index on electricity went higher. Food index went higher. But hey, 0% inflation, right? Who cares if you broke bums suffer to pay for food and electricity? Of course, market ran with the narratives, and these idiots like Tom Lee, Marco, and all these so-called analysts from CNBC came out of the woodsheds and talked shit like, oh, inflation is peaked. Fed don't have to go as aggressive as they are right now. In my last video, I mentioned the scenario which I was scared about. With hot jobs number and slow inflation, market might push the Fed to make a stupid decision of slowing down the rates or even push them to cut the rates. We did the same mistake in 1970. We had the CPI dip in a similar way. Fed eased on the rates only to see inflation come back way hotter than ever. They raised the interest rates again, inflation came down, only for them to keep repeating the same mistakes over and over until Volcker showed up to kick it back to the curb with aggressive rate hikes. But Mario, this time it's different. Well, human beings are interesting species. They make the same mistakes over and over, only under different context. I hope Fed doesn't shift course and maintain their path on rate hikes to kick the inflation to the curb. Markets are pricing in rate cuts in 2023. Can you believe it? I mean, I understand markets are forward-looking, but damn, markets are never wrong, you say. I tend to disagree. Markets can be complacent sometimes. Markets are nothing but a combination of buyers and sellers. If inflation is not coming back down and it starts pushing higher from the next reading as oil prices are pushing higher, well, brace yourself for impact. Now we got the fundamental sides out of the way, let's go over the technical analysis side and focus on the price. Let's go over the SPY and QQQ. We had a great week. Now, SPY and QQQ had to face head-on with strong resistance levels. The question is, are we on time ready for pullback? The answer is most likely. I'm not expecting an outright crash, but there is a high probability that we will get pullback from the 430 to 433 zones in SPY. Let's go over the daily charts to check if we do get a pullback, where might be the viable dip opportunities on SPY and QQQ will possibly be. We are looking at the daily charts of SPY. This is a strong candle on Friday. We closed at the highs of the day. If we take the Monday rules into account, I won't be surprised if we see SPY running a test to 430 to 429 on Monday. If we continue to be bullish, that is. 430 to 433 zone is very important for bulls, and it is a tough spot for the bulls to take on. If we get rejected off its zone, watch out for support at 425 and 422.50, which is also the year-to-date AV/VAP. If we break under those levels, watch out for strong support at 420. This week is pretty slow from economical standpoint, so I am expecting a consolidation to neutral week ahead with the price after the strong move we had. If we do get pullback, watch out for the numbers mentioned above. What about the flip side? What if the bulls just kept pushing it higher as the low volume melt-up continues? We got to be prepared for both. In that case of an upside, watch out for 430 to act as a strong resistance. Above 430, there is 200 SMA in daily chart sitting at 431.84 and the 50 SMA in weekly chart sitting at 433.64. When I said 430 to 433 zone is important, this is why. These are the two strong levels of resistance to look forward. So if we do break above these two, watch out for 435 to act as the resistance to the upside. So for now, 420 is important to the downside and 435.50 is important to the upside leading into this week. What about the tech gang, the QQQ? Just like SPY, the Friday's close above 330 is too strong on QQQ. If they open above 330 on Monday, QQQ can push all the way to 334.50. Expect some resistance around that area. SPY's 430 to 433 zone is QQQ's 334.50. If we do get rejected off of 334.50, or if we open under 330, watch out for support at year-to-date AVWAP at 327 and a support at 326.35. QQQ is also coming in contact with that trend line drawn from the highs which it made at 400. We kind of closed above it on Friday, but we need confirmation. If you were long on this bounce, set your risk levels at close below 323 on QQQ. If we push above 334, watch out for 337 and 342 to follow. I want to finish the video with this short message. As long as SPY is above 420, be careful with your short positions. Going short on a strong uptrend is not recommended. Even though the overall trend is to the downside, I agree with that. But in short term, the secondary trend is still up and there is no signs of reversals yet. I understand that the fundamentals are already bad. I mean, if you listen to the first half of the video, you must have heard me ranting about how bad the economy is. But as a trader, you got to focus on the price because at the end, price is the only thing that pays. For now, SPY and QQQ are in a short-term uptrend. Play the trend until the market tells you it wants to sell off. Trying to call the top or bottom is not worth it. You will know the trend is flipping to the downside and the tape is going negative if you see SPY closing under 417.50 and QQQ closing under 319. Check out the Discord and check out the Patreon, link is down below in the description. As always, take high probability trades, manage the risk wisely, leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.